This is Guided by Faith. I'm Jay Holland, and we are equipping you over this week and last week ways that you can have a mission trip mentality in your own neighborhood, ways that you can be prepared for God to use you to share the gospel, to make an impact on your friends, to do normal, regular things, but to do it with a mission trip mindset so that you see movement in the people in the community that you actually care most about in the world. I've been on a lot of mission trips, but the hardest thing sometimes is to live missionally while at home. But reality is, I'm the most equipped of any place on earth to live missionally where I am at home, because I know the language, I know the culture, I have long time relationships with people, so I get a real chance to be a big difference. And you get that same thing. I hope you get to go on a mission trip this summer, but whether you do or not, you get to go on a mission trip this summer because God's put you around people. Today, I want to talk to you about using prayer as a green light to share your faith. Have you ever felt stuck in a conversation wanting to share about Jesus, but you're kind of unsure how to start? Here's a secret tool that almost never gets rejected, and that's offering to pray for somebody. When somebody shares a struggle or a need, saying, hey, can I pray for you about that, is like holding up a green light. It opens hearts, it opens the moment, and it helps you to see the spiritual receptivity of somebody. So I've done this on a kind of a regular basis, and what I've learned to do is, as awkward as it is, if somebody says something like that, I'm like, hey, can we just pray right now? Can I pray for you right now about this thing? And I know I'm a little older, I'm probably a little weirder, I'm a pastor, so I'm supposed to do this stuff, but you're a priest of God if you belong to Jesus. You're a saint of God if you belong to Jesus, so you should be weird and different as well. I've had chances to stand in the cul-de-sac of my neighborhood as I was walking around, praying for a lady over, mold issues in their house or over a lost family member. And here's what's kind of neat. I've learned that request to pray for somebody is a really good red light, yellow light, green light on whether they're ready for me to share a little bit more about Jesus. In Colossians chapter 4, verses 5 and 6, Paul says, walk in wisdom towards outsiders, making the best use of the time. Let your speech always be gracious, seasoned with salt, so that you may know how you ought to answer each person. And so this is what's really kind of cool. Prayer is one of the least threatening and most powerful ways that you can initiate spiritual conversations. When you ask somebody if you can pray for them, it shows that you care, because you actually do care. It shows that you have faith and confidence in God. And sometimes I just don't have the magical thing to say when somebody shares something hard with me. And so when I pray, they know that I care, and the Lord's going to intercede on my behalf. And many people who aren't open to religion are still open to prayer, especially in hard times. So I've learned that prayer creates a bridge for the gospel. It offers people hope, it offers people connection, and it helps me to know whether to continue a conversation. So the way this works is, I've done it a couple different ways. We have gone out street witnessing and evangelizing in different areas and just say, hey, we're praying for our community right now. Is there anything that we can pray for you about? And if somebody says, no, I'm fine, thanks, or they give you a worse answer than that, and be like, okay, great, have a great day. And we don't push it. If they say yes, then we, listen and ask what they want to pray for. We pray for them, and then I will go into something, hey, can I share something that's been really powerful in my life? And I can walk into the 3 circles or the bridge illustration or even my 60-second testimony. I talked about these things yesterday on Guided by Faith. Your testimony, this is where you prepare beforehand for the opportunity. But that prayer has been my green light, yellow light, red light on how to share. If somebody's willing to let me pray for them, then they're probably willing for me to talk to them about Jesus. If they are completely unwilling for me to even pray for them, then they're probably not ready at that moment to hear about Jesus. Now, you got to think about it like this. Your role before the Lord is not to change a heart. Your success is not whether they let you pray for them or whether they let you share the gospel. Your success is whether you tried. And you have to get used to rejection. Some people are going to say no, and that's not a big deal. You learn that saying no is just part of the process. And just because they say no doesn't really mean that they are completely closed off to God. There's a lot of reasons that people say no. They could be caught off guard. They could be uncomfortable. It could be the wrong time. Or maybe they say no, but now they pay attention to you and they watch you like a hawk. So this is something, again, I've used with people that I've never met before in my life, but I've also used it with friends. I've used it with acquaintances that I know don't know the Lord, and God's used it to open doors. So if you don't know how to get into a gospel conversation, then as you're talking, as you're interacting, or just say, hey, you know, my pastor challenged us to pray for the people that we care about this summer. And so I care about you, and I've decided I'm going to pray for you every day. Is there anything in particular that I can pray for you about? And if they give you something, number one, you commit to praying for it and be like, hey, well, that's great. I'm going to do that. And can I share something that's been really meaningful in my life? At which point you get to share the gospel. Let prayer be your stop sign or your go sign to share the gospel. Now, next episode, I'm going to go into a little detail on how to give your 60-second testimony. It's a great follow-up for this prayer exercise that we're doing. So come back tomorrow and I will equip you with that.